Race, we believe, is something real, essential, and unchanging and recognizable. But in fact, it often works as a fantasy, the figment of the concept of pigment.
Race influences what we see, where we look, how we punish, how we vote. I don't think we fully appreciate how much we're affected by race.
Too many people think of race as something that you just have, that you were just born with, without really understanding how we all collectively create and maintain that system of social distinction.
Racial perceptions might seem to be these profoundly situational or individually experienced phenomena, but are in fact structurally produced in very powerful ways.
We are all part of a racial hierarchy, and even if we don't claim our own particular racial associations, other people are seeing us through those lenses.
If you prompt people to think of violent crime, where do they look? Do they look at a black face or a white face? I talked to a police captain, and he said, I listened to the dispatch for 2 hours, and I just counted the number of times I heard male black. And he said in that 2-hour period, I heard male black over the radio 62 times. And these officers are working 10-hour shifts, so they're hearing male black paired with criminality 300 times a day, 4,800 times a month, over 50,000 times in a year. Those associations become automatic after a while. Over years of service, it starts to wear on you. And it could start to influence how you police and how you think.
The way you answer the question, who am I, is critically important for how you see the world and how you direct your behavior. If you ask somebody to mark her race on a demographic form before taking a test for people of color, calling to mind one's race has a powerful impact on performance, such that they are much less likely to do well if they've thought about their racial association before beginning the test. The stereotype is activated and they're aware that they're being seen through the lens of that stereotype.
Literature both reflects and meditates on racial perception and also helps shape racial perception. We live in a pretty economically and racially segregated society, and so our access to and ability to interact with people who are not like us is pretty limited. Literature is one of the few venues that we can actually world travel. This is why people like Toni Morrison are so fabulous. I'm not a young black girl and I didn't grow up in Ohio, but I can read a novel by Toni Morrison and she can help me understand something about what it was like, how it felt, why it mattered to be that person.
I couldn't speak more significantly and firmly for the need to have different kinds of representations as a way of broadening our very understanding of humanity.
Our racial and our ethnic associations can be a source of stereotyping and discrimination, but at the same time, race can also be a source of pride, of meaning, of motivation, of belongingness, and we need to think about both aspects, the pride and the prejudice aspects of race.